It takes a village to raise a child, but I've heard and come to feel the opposite. It takes a child to raise a village. Young men on corners like 80s graffiti, while cops chase artists responsible for the gritty. My bad, city is synonymous, but they don't want pity. That's why their stare is anonymous, and the air ominous, filled with broken homes and promises. Because mostly you find police chalk line is the only time we figure a father. So they figure might as well be a martyr, and we fly only to crash down, might as well be mortars. The weight of the world is too much for our mothers. Young men on corners like Thursday's trash, waiting for government workers to pick them up. This young man is so broke in, he can't spend the time to invest in his own future. He says, school is not for me. I reply, but destiny is, and you need to find your own. So I front him my time and co-sign the loan. I want them to know that I've been where they are. Been through college, but I'm still not very far. My footprints is fresh on the block. Some are deep in the game, I'm deeper in thought. Boys become men through rites of passage. So I'll write my passage in verses mixed with curses, hoping it'll touch the masses. Young men on corners like prophets. They ain't afraid of death. They know genius is appreciated posthumously. They switch their swagger accordingly to the left. They know hip-hop was a child left so far behind, it was close to the edge, pushed. Even some rocks become sapphires. And the opposite is true, because the godfathers of hip-hop saw their art become its own satire. That's why we obsess with keeping it real. Blatant bravado for the boys in blue, daring their conviction. Like, what you gonna do now that the president fits the description? Reality is we've been struggling with attrition. We are victims trying to act like we are not victims. How do you reverse hundreds of years of a condition? First step is to cry and get it out of your system. Find strength in vulnerability. Tap into humanity. Otherwise, young men on corners like yesterday's news. War on terror drafted yesterday's fools. I've seen a generation of children left behind get left back. And now they're between Iraq and a hard place. A scarred place. Because their role models were Don Juan and Scarface. Being there is hard work, especially for those of us who are giving what we never had. So I tell them, no one can walk your path. It is your own. But the difference is made knowing you ain't walking alone.